Hey, Blue Collar Nation. Today I want to dive into blue collar founders, those entrepreneurs, those business owners who are growing their business. Or if you're someone who's looking to start a business, if you want to grow up a blue collar business, so let's say you're a tradesman, you're an electrician, you're a construction worker, you have the skill set and you want to be a business owner. That's where I was back in 2007. You can do it. And today I want to talk about some of the opportunities, some of the challenges, some of the methods that we use as founders to grow, scale, and ultimately exit our business if that's what you choose to do. So friends, if we haven't met, my name is Andy Smith. All of these hats up on this wall, brick by brick, baby, are businesses that I've co-founded alongside other people. This was my baby, started back in 2007. It was number two right here. These were two businesses started simultaneously. That was 2020 and then 2021. And this technology in the yellow here was 2022. So they all represent lessons, learnings, opportunities. And I didn't know in 2007 when I started that business, our goal was simply to make a paycheck. We wanted to replace getting paid by the big company who had all these beliefs that we didn't necessarily agree with. We wanted to be our own bosses. We wanted to make our own way, create our own path, and ultimately earn our own wage. We didn't set out to be gazillionaires or millionaires or billionaires. We just set out to pay our own wage. And we were able to do that. But it took a lot of grit, a lot of hard work, a lot of lessons. And Blue Collar Nation, I'm here to tell you that there's ways to amplify that. There's ways to accelerate your learnings inside the venture. Because if you set out alone to do it, to make all the hard lessons, it's really difficult, friends. And I have found that through community, through mentorship, through some coaching, that I've been able to unlock success for me and for the businesses and to accelerate that time gap. So let's start with blue collar businesses. Let's define those. So my background has been around engineering, manufacturing, construction, a little bit of real estate, where we're building real products with our hands. So I love the blacksmith, right? The blacksmith is the original centerpiece of the community, the original creator, and someone who took raw materials and turned them into usable products. That was the blacksmith. And then they sold those products. That's now a business. That's a business owner. That's an entrepreneur. And I love to equate us blue collar founders as blacksmiths because we're taking raw goods, we're forging them, fitting them, welding them, constructing them, building them, and selling them. That's our business. And so if you are a blue collar tradesman, worker, and you want to jump into the world of blue collar businesses, I think the time is right now to do that. And we're going to talk about it later in this video, but it doesn't have to be risky as you think. So here we go. All right, success stories. This one started out really hard and ultimately ended up in an 8-figure exit. These two started out insanely difficult, ended up in a strategic exit to a buyer. We were able to grow revenue like crazy. We couldn't grow it as profitably as we wanted, but we could grow revenue. And we ended up exiting 2020 to someone who needed the product, and we needed to get out of that market because it was about to get decimated by COVID. Shelters, Blacksmith Ventures, tech software for the mining industry, all blue collar stuff. The story's still out on those folks, but it has been a journey. I can tell you everything that we have done has been harder than we could have ever have imagined. None of these were easy. None of these were overnight successes. None of these came without struggles, people problems, financial problems, legal problems, banking problems. You name the problem, put a word in front of the problem, and it's been a problem. But we persevered through it, and I think you can do the same. Okay, so skill set transition you're going to have as a blue collar founder now transitioning to an entrepreneur, business owner, founder. You've already got the grit, the hard work. Because if you grew up anything like I did, electrician dad, nurse mom, working really hard, providing for their family, they sacrifice greatly. You've already got the fundamental core ingredient of hard work built inside of you. And we are not tech. We use tech, but we're not a tech company, right? Technology is like Silicon Valley. Those things are what overnight successes perceived. It's not what we're building here. We're building real businesses that do real things. And so You've already got the skill set. Now the business side, that's going to require a complete different skill set. You're going to have to know how to sell. You're going to have to know how to price. You're going to have to know how to market. You're going to have to know how to negotiate. There are a host of business challenges that come with running a business. I have found the best team, like I said, I co-founded, the best team is when you've got a sales-minded founder and you've got a technology-minded founder. So if you're a sales-minded founder, I am one of those, then it serves you to partner with technical founders. If you're a technical founder and you can partner with a commercial founder, you've got unequivocally the recipe for success right out of the gate. And better together, as they always say, that was a motto in a job I had that I left to start entrepreneurship, better together. It's really true, better together. And I think there's an opportunity for commercially minded folks and technically minded folks to partner up to make really good things happen. Okay, so what are some of the challenges? Well, you're going to have to start off, you're going to have to find funding. Now, if you have not yet started your business, you're not growing your business, you're new, then there are some strategic ways you can go about doing this. There are SBA loans. I would encourage you not to quit your job until you have product market fit and your business is starting to scale and amplify, because there is no greater pressure than financial pressure. And if we are getting crippled by money, and it just decimates you as a human being, and it is so difficult to overcome. So I encourage all founders to keep your job, start on the side, grow it up on the side until you get to a place where you can then go full time. I can give you an example of a business owner who started on the side in his backyard as a fabricator, grew it up, ultimately got enough work. Now he's left, hired some people, and he's starting to grow because he's got traction and he's starting to scale. So I encourage everyone to do that. If you are a business owner and you're already in business, let's say you've launched and now you're getting to momentum phase. That's the place where we've got to have systems in place to take the grind away from us. And we've got to be able to free up our time as business owners to stay in our zone, to stay in our superpower, right? Let's talk about some other funding ideas. So SBA is a great one. I've never done an SBA loan. I've bootstrapped all my ventures. You could raise capital. That's depends on the business, has its own set. You need a network for that. You need relationships. Outside of family and friends, you need to be able to know who to go contact and how to raise those funds. That's a separate art all amongst itself. We've done that in some of our ventures, but the majority of ours have been bootstrapped from the ground up. And it's tough. If you don't have funding, it's tough, because go back to that financial discussion. Money can make things really, really tough and really, really challenging. I mentioned network. That's something we're going to need to build up as business owners. So you will potentially need a new network. I have found this throughout my journey of 21 years in the business of working, and about 17 or 18 of those as an entrepreneur, is that you have to continuously build layers of your network. So the people who served you here aren't going to serve you here. You've got to find other people, and you're just building a mound of relationships. You're not necessarily losing the early ones. You're just adding on, and then get to a place where you have to be really diligent about priming your relationship network. And there's ways of doing that. So reach out. I can help you and show you some of the systems that I use for that if you're interested in that. Marketing your business as a blue collar founder is changing significantly. This is the thing I love the most. When you are a blue collar business, manufacturing, tech, mining, construction, service, doesn't matter, oil field, then you've got to market a different way. That's typically, there's B2B market where you're marketing from business to business, or there's business to consumer marketing where you're trying to sell to an end user. You're trying to sell someone like you. And there's two very different tactics. We've had businesses that are predominantly B2B and a couple B2C. So they need very different tactics and tools and strategies to be able to market. Let's talk work-life balance. So in this very first venture, our baby, I chose to keep my normal working hours, call it 8 to 6. And I didn't work after because I had a young family, and I tried not to work on weekends. Now, through this journey, I found a plan that works. So now I have kids. I've got to take some evenings to go with them. So now work is more fluid and mixed in, but there are ways of managing our calendar that we have balance. Balance is being able to look at our life and say, how's my health? how's my business, how's my family, and how are my friends and fun, right? Those are 4 things you got to look at. There's a bicycle. If professionals on one side, your family's on the other, how are we doing? And that's something I think we have to constantly keep in check as founders, because there are endless numbers of fires to put out, whether it's an employee didn't show up, an employee quits, you don't have the money, you didn't get paid, you lost the job, whatever it is, there are endless numbers of fires. So we've got to figure out how to keep balance, focus on ourselves first. Friends, just a word of encouragement. I think the future is bright for our blue collar sector. I think there is lots of opportunity to bring tech, that's this one right here, into our businesses to continue to outpace our competition, continue to free up and live our best lives, and continue to grow and scale so that we can together make infinite impact inside our businesses, inside our homes, and inside our communities. All right, friends, if you haven't met Andy Smith, reach out. Let me know if I can help you. If you're growing your business, I love that, and I'm supporting you. I'm shooting these videos every day as a exercise for myself to grow, because I think as founders, we need to continuously be growing. I think the tools and methods, these new school tools, have changed the game for us. And so I'm pioneering and exploring and learning those so that I can bring those back to you and share those that I found with you, because there is a wonderful balance between traditional blue collar grit, old school methodology, and new school tools and tactics. And if we can figure out a way to bridge those, I think together we can all be very, very successful and very, very happy and have a lot of fun, friends. All right, take care. Keep fighting on the journey. And if I can help you on your journey, reach out. Love to talk, and talk to you soon.